Good evening, President, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, please start.
Please cut your phone, then I can speak here.
Unmute कर दो.
Can I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Respected President Dr. Sarad Agrawal, Finance Secretary Dr. Sitish Bali, all the active members of the IMA who joined this prime talk of our President with all the members of IMA. I welcome you all in this historic event where our President Dr. Sarad Kumar Agrawal is going to talk on various issues and our plan out regarding IMA in the coming years. So I welcome you all. Hope more and more members will join this prime talk of our President with the members. I also request you, President Sir, after completion of their talk, some people might have some questions regarding our or queries regarding our IMA and working trial. So you can allow them 4 or 5 persons to ask their questions, their queries, their difficulties, and we will finish our program. So I request our Honorable President, Dr. Sarad Agrawal, sir, to start his prime talk with all the members. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, dear friends. This is the first time formally we are starting this prime talk after a gap of 14 months. And as this is the first one, so there may be some glitches. But we thought that we should roll the ball rather than waiting for the best and perfect thing. Because I believe in communication, and bilateral communication is must for the improvement of working of IMA. As our HSG very rightly said, that a lot of issues are in front of us. So I first of all welcome you all that you have spared the time. I would like to take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude and admiration for our Chief Patron, Dr. Ketan Desai sir. Our Chief Patron, Dr. Ketan Desai sir, has been a true leader and an inspiration to all of us. He has dedicated his entire life to the advancement of IMA medical profession and betterment of public health in our country. His passion and commitment to IMA and medical fraternity is truly remarkable. And it is an honor to be installed as 94th National President of IMA by such a distinguished person. Thank you very much, sir. The entire organizing team of NetCon 22, Allahabad Medical Association and IMA UP is thankful to him for his presence as chief guest of the National Conference of IMA. Friends, it is my great pleasure and proud privilege to stand before you as the 94th President of Indian Medical Association, which is only umbrella organization recognized by the Indian government as representative of doctors of modern medicine in our country. In this context, it is worth stating that the functioning of IMA is like a relay race, where the baton of leadership is passed on from one president and executive to the others. There is thus a continuity in the entire process, where every president does his best for the improvement and delivery of healthcare and services to the citizen of India. I therefore do not believe in setting a long list of work at the beginning of my tenure, only to leave them uncompleted at the end of my tenure. It is my ardent endeavor right at the beginning to set achievable goals and concentrate all over combined energies and effort in fulfilling them in my term. IMA shares the responsibility of not only speaking for the welfare of its members, but also partner the government and playing a pivotal role in delivery of health care to the citizen of India on a daily basis, but especially during emergency as was demonstrated during the peak of the COVID pandemic. During the last 2 years, the medical fraternity proved its mettle by their immense contribution in the fight against COVID. When we bravely answered the call of duty, often at great risk to ourselves and our family members, and managed to keep mortality down in spite of great challenges. A feat recognized by Prime Minister and in fact by the entire world. We salute the courage and sacrifice of more than 2,000 doctor friends members who lost their lives in the service of COVID patients. IMA is always asking the government, suggesting the government about their spending. The budget is round the corner and we have prepared a document on the budget, what IMA think about and how should government put the sharing, spending, increase the spending in the budget. As working in India, given its huge population and limited health resources, is not easy. Per capita spending, though now improving under this government, but is still the lowest in comparison to other worlds. I am a request to the central government to increase the spending on healthcare to minimum 5% of GDP. Friends, violence is a huge issue in front of us and it is continuous for so long. People forget that no other profession in the world works 24 into 7, 365 days with same intensity, sincerity, and passion of saving lives as do doctors of India. It is time for everyone to recognize that they, the massively overworked doctors of India, deserve a special care by the government and society as well. Violence against doctors should be stopped immediately, and a strong act against violence in any form, physical, mental, social, and economical, on the doctors and healthcare workers should be made a crime under Indian Penal Code, and culprit should be punished under severe section, considering it as a heinous crime. Any further delay in bringing central legislation for protection of doctors is not acceptable to us. There is no country in the world where doctors face violence in the course of their duties and the perpetrators go scot-free as is happening in India. As we see every day there is a violence on the doctors, and we say every day there is a violence on the establishment, and there is hardly any action. If violence on doctors and healthcare providers is punishable during pandemic like COVID, then how can it is acceptable during day-to-day practice life? This is our demand to the government. If they can they can bring an ordinance to protect the doctors and the establishment and the health worker from the violence, then why can't it be on the day-to-day practice? I request all the state leaders to at least write their respective government about this amendment which happened in the COVID time, pandemic amendment. There is a change, and the central government brought a ordinance to protect the doctor establishment. So all the state president and secretary, they should send this to their state government and asking them to include in their pandemic rule as an amendment. This is the first step, because I don't think that government is giving this status very easily. So that is a strategy. If we can bring this line or this ordinance in the states, then we can further, pressurize the states government to change their ordinance and bring their act for the protection of doctor. I would also like to comment on the working of National Medical Commission. This should also be scrutinized. Mushrooming of medical college needs quality control and must maintain the quality standards in the form of infrastructure, faculties, and quality education with adequate number of patients. But NMC is failing in carrying out adequate checks or quality control. Unfortunately, this will lead to poor quality of outcome and ultimately affect the citizen of India. Giving the responsibility of healthcare of the citizen of India in the hands of poorly trained doctor will spell disaster for the health of the nation as a whole. On the one hand, the government is interested in only opening new medical college or converting the government hospital into the medical college just to improve an indicator. But little thought has been given to the quality control by NMC. Predictably, this will result in huge inflation of medical education fee, more than crores. But what will happen? If after paying crores of fee by sale of their houses or land or taking bank loan, due to the poor standard of the education, the student is unable to clear the next test, who will be responsible for this bankruptcy of the parents and the medical students? The government should also immediately take cognizance on problem faced by Indian students studying in foreign university or foreign medical college, particularly those who are studying in Ukraine, and should allow online education till the war is going on, as it was done during COVID. It will help the student and their family here in India. As you must be aware of a notification by the NMC again regarding integrative medicine, and by 2030 there will be only a graduate of integrative medicine who are trained on the modern medicine as well as the allopath, ayurveda and all the pathies. Let me tell you very clearly that IMA is not against any pathy. IMA is not opposing working of any pathy. Rather, we respect all the pathies, be it Ayurveda or homeopath, Siddha, Unani, whatever. But we are in the favor of purity of pathy. The purity of pathy has to be maintained, and this is the duty of government, that they should not mix up the pathies in each other. It will be a disaster to the citizen of India. The existing system of medical education has brought a lot of laurels to the country, and our doctors are considered the best in the world by existing education system. Then why do we wish to destroy it by replacing it with a poorly thought out system of medical education? Government should seriously think over this aspect and should take IMA as the permanent member or the stakeholder in their policy making committee, as this will help in providing the best workable advice to the government and ultimately benefit the patient and indirectly the political classes. There is again one issue of Clinical Establishment Act. Though most of the states has rectified this, as a developing country with a huge burden of population and with poverty, we should ensure workable, cost-effective, quality control on treatment so that healthcare remain affordable to every citizen of our country. The policy makers in the government should understand that even with the existing system, we improved our healthcare indicator, be it life expectancy, infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, or death rate over the years. Clinical Establishment Act is a shining example of copy-paste culture, where standards have been made without understanding the cost. If we see and go the recommendation of Clinical Establishment Act regarding the infrastructure, regarding the manpower, So ultimately, who will bear the cost? If every hospital, every small hospital forced to follow the provision of CA, then ultimately the cost will increase. And ultimately, who suffer? The citizen of India will suffer, because who will bear that cost? So it is our request to the government that they should rethink on the provision of the Clinical Establishment Act, and the smaller hospital and the medium hospital up to the 50 bed should be out of the ambit of CEA. Though most of the states have followed this and they have passed their ordinance or they have changed their act, because they have to draft the rules and regulation. So many of the states, they have excluded a smaller hospital, but we request the central government to make a central rule and make a central law that the smaller hospital should be out of ambit of CEA. It has been a long-standing demand of IMA that there should be a single window clearance for the license of hospital. This will ensure ease of healthcare delivery and prevent undue wastage of time, which could be better spent in providing healthcare to the needy. IMA is also suggesting the government to establish a IMS, Indian Medical Services Cadre. This is the need of hour for providing the quality healthcare to an expanding and increasing affluent population. Because if government can create IMS, there is a set standard for workable environment. There will be a standardized policy, and more good pupil and meritorious doctor will join this IMS. No. I am thankful to the organizing committee of NetCon, and I would like to tell you that how we organize this national conference 2022. We have been given 3 months time, and I am thankful to the leader that they have chosen us as the organizer of NetCon, and after 40 years, UP was the host for this NetCon. And I can say now with proud, that we registered the record more than 900 delegates. That is a record. In a small time, our delegate list was 900, more than 900. And we engaged around 450 rooms in 20 hotels. That is the indicator of the success of the conference. First time there was an experiment of organizing CWC as well as Central Council together. And I am thankful to my organizing team, particularly Allahabad Medical Association and their team, who worked months together, barring their suffering their practices, and ensure that they could make a wonderful show. And I believe you must have enjoyed a lot in the NetCon. I am thankful to Dr. Ketan Desai sir that he agreed to came as the chief guest, and he spent their time. He spent 3 days, entire 3 days for the Allahabad. So there are some glimpses. I would request to continue that glimpse of the NetCon. This is the installation ceremony. Next. Lot of awards were given by Ketan sir. This award was given to Dr. A.P. Singh, who was the organizing co-chairman. This was to Dr. Ashok Agrawal, who was the organizing secretary. Dr. Rajiv Goyal, our state secretary, he is also the organizing secretary of the NetCon. Dr. Subodh Jain, the President of Allahabad Medical Association, Dr. Anand Prakash, Joint Secretary at IMA headquarters now, Dr. Abhinav Agarwal, who take care of entire accommodation and transport along with Dr. Utsav Singh. And he is a son of Dr. Ashok Agarwal. He is a surgeon and very active, dedicated, younger leader of IMA. This is during when Sir came to the Varanasi. Few glimpses are there. Madam was also there, and we had boating. So I am thankful, as I mentioned, that it is my dream that if I could reach to the top position, topmost position of IMA, I should be installed by our leader, none other than Dr. Ketan Desai sir, and it is dream come true. This is a glimpse and
राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन के मेरे परिवार के साथी, मानद महासचिव, मंच पर एवं सभागृह में उपस्थित अन्य पदाधिकारियों, इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन के और मेरे साथियों को मेरा सादर प्रणाम। और मेरे काफ़ी युवा मित्रों यहाँ धैर्यपूर्वक अपने ध्येय और लक्ष्य को ढूंढने के लिए, हासिल करने के लिए लगातार कार्यरत हैं, ऐसे सारे कर्मयोगी को भी मेरा सादर प्रणाम। प्रयागराज के इस पवित्र शहर में आयोजित भव्य कार्यक्रम में सहभागी होने की मुझे गर्व ही नहीं पर खुशी भी महसूस होती है। इस शहर की अपनी एक विरासत है जो लगातार आध्यात्मिकता, मानव कल्याण, लोकाचार और विकास का केंद्र बिंदु रहा है। मैं मानता हूं मैं ही नहीं पर हम सब भाग्यशाली हैं कि आज इस भव्य कार्यक्रम में कि जो प्रयागराज शहर में हो रहा है, जिसको पहले इलाहाबाद या इलाहाबाद कहते थे, वहां हिस्सा लेने का हमें सौभाग्य मिला, अवसर मिला है। मित्रों, प्रयागराज शहर की पवित्रता कोई वाराणसी या ऋषिकेश से कम नहीं है। इसका हिंदू धर्म में धार्मिक महत्व हर साल और हर 12 साल में कुंभ मेला के रूप में होता है। और आप कई लोग ब्रह्म पुराण जो का अभ्यास किया होगा, उन्होंने पढ़ा होगा कि उसमें भी इस बात को विदित किया है कि प्रयागराज में स्नान करने से करोड़ों अश्वमेघ यज्ञों का हमें फल मिलता है। इलाहाबाद का मतलब होता है ईश्वर का शहर। आज हम इसे प्रयागराज के रूप नाम से जानते हैं। इस शहर का योगदान सिर्फ पवित्रता और आध्यात्मिकता के संदर्भ में ही नहीं है। स्वतंत्र संग्राम, ब्रिटिश साम्राज्य के सामने जब पूरा देश झूम रहा था, तब प्रयागराज शहर का भी एक केंद्र स्थान था उस लड़ाई में, उस संग्राम में। और यहाँ चंद्रशेखर आजाद जैसे वीर स्वतंत्र सेनानी की बड़ी क्रूरता से, अल्फ्रेड पार्क उस टाइम उसका नाम था, आज चंद्रशेखर आजाद पार्क के नाम से जानते हैं, वहां हत्या हुई थी। ऐसे पवित्र शहर में मुझे बड़ा हर्ष और आनंद और गर्व होता है कि जैसे अभी यहाँ किसी ने कहा कि उत्तर प्रदेश को आखिरी अध्यक्ष 1998 में मिला। 24 साल के बाद इनके वनवास का अंत का इससे पवित्र स्थल क्या हो सकता है।
please.
As I said, now I would request that please show the oath ceremony. So we took the oath. I, with my HSG, Dr. Nayak sir, Dr. Shitish,
Something of the days.
all the office bearer.
Yes.
I do solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith
That I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Constitution of IMA
and allegiance to the Constitution of IMA
as by law established,
as by law established.
that I will
That I will
uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India,
uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India.
that I will faithfully and consciously
That I will faithfully and consciously
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as
National President.
that I will do right to all IMA members
That I will do right to all IMA members
in accordance with the Constitution
in accordance with the Constitution
and the law
and the law
without fear or favor,
without fear or favor,
affection or ill will,
affection or ill will.
that I will not directly or indirectly
That I will not directly or indirectly
communicate or reveal
to
any person
any person
or persons
or persons
any matter which shall be brought
any matter which shall be brought
under my consideration
under my consideration
or shall become known
or shall become known
to me as an office bearer of IMA headquarters,
to me as an office bearer of IMA headquarters,
except as may be required
except as may be required
for the due discharge of my duties,
for the due discharge of my duties.
that I will not indulge
That I will not indulge
in any unethical medical practices.
in any unethical medical practices.
Thank you and congratulations and wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
शरद अग्रवाल इस मामले में बड़ा भाग्यशाली है कि ऐसी जगह पे उसको सौगंध विधि लेने का मौका मिला। शरद अग्रवाल से मेरा कोई निजी परिचय नहीं है। पिछले कुछ साल से IMA की विविध प्रवृत्तियों में उसको मैंने हिस्सा लेते हुए देखा। काफी उत्साहित व्यक्ति है, उम्र उसके साथ है। अभी अभी कहा कि सेकंड यंगेस्ट अध्यक्ष है। मैंने पूछा क्या उम्र है, तक 51 साल है, तो उम्र उनके साथ है। हमारा पेशा और हमारा पेशे के संगठन कई चिंताओं और चुनौतियों का सामना कर रही है, और ऐसे वक्त में इन्होंने खुद ने जब कहा कि संगठन बड़ा मजबूत होना चाहिए, और संगठन मजबूत तभी होता है जब हमारी एकता मजबूत रहेगी। और मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि एक आध पोस्ट को छोड़ के इस साल सारे पदाधिकारियों निर्विरोध चुने। जैसे मैंने कहा, शरद अग्रवाल को 5-6 साल पहले जब देखा तभी मन में सोच लिया था कि ये व्यक्ति अपने स्टेट के लिए और अपने इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन के लिए काफ़ी काम कर रहा है। तो जब भी यूपी का मौका आए तो इनको हम जरूर आगे बढ़ाएंगे। और इस साल जब तय हुआ कि उत्तर प्रदेश से ही लेना है तो सारे नेतागणों से चर्चा करी और सर्वानुमति से सबका अभिप्राय यही था कि उत्तर प्रदेश से शरद अग्रवाल से बेहतर कोई और हो ही नहीं सकता, और इसी कारण ये निर्विरोध चुने गए। मुझे विश्वास है कि अपने समय में इनका समयकाल 1 साल का ही है। एसोसिएशन में समय ज़्यादा दे। अभी तुम्हारी 51 साल की उम्र है। संगठन के लिए समय बिताए, अपना पेशे के लिए समय बिताए, क्योंकि आगे का समय जो है, जैसे मैंने कहा, बड़ा चिंता और चुनौती का समय है।
है रास्ता इतना पड़ा, जब तक ना मंजिल पा सकूं तब तक ना मुझे विराम है चलना हमारा।
President of IMA 2022-23. He is a consultant healthcare projects, operations and strategies. He is also a medico-legal expert. Yes, and is an MD in forensic medicine and is an MHA by qualification. His postgraduate diploma in health and hospital 2007 hospital. Further, he did his masters in hospital administration in 2007. He has been in healthcare leadership for the last 20 years. He has been part of the top management in different reputed groups of industries, some of them being Max Healthcare, Medanta, Care Hospitals Hyderabad and AMRI Kolkata. He is currently the Executive Director and CEO of JR Group of Hospitals, the National Chairman of IMA Hospital Board of India, the Board Member NABH QCI and a consultant at the Healthcare Solutions. He will
I would like to introduce my team. Can you play that slide? So, Dr. R.V. Asokan as the National President-elect from Kerala, and we all know the dynamicity he brings. Dr.
Who first introduce? Sure.
Dr. Anil Nayak, who is the HSG. Dr. Kshitiz Bali is our Finance Secretary.
पूरा हुआ है.
Dr. Jayesh Lele is the Vice President, and everybody know how dynamic he is. He has been served IMA as a HSG for 2 years. Dr. Sachidanand Kumar from Bihar. Dr. Shailesh Shah from Gujarat. Dr. Dagumati Shri Hari Rao from Andhra Pradesh.
Check please.
Dr. Mahendra Nath.
Please. Voice.
Dr. Munish Prabhakar from Haryana. Dr. Prakash Lal Chandani as a Joint Secretary from Delhi. Rest of the country, Joint Secretary from Karnataka, Dr. M. Venkatachalapati.
Dr. Pradeep Nimani. Dr. Pradeep Nimani.
Dr. Pradeep Nimani from who will be stationed at Calcutta, Joint Secretary from Bengal.
Dr. Mahendra.
Dr. Mahendra Nath Thareja is the Joint Finance Secretary, rest of the India from Rajasthan. Dr. Sarvari Datta is stationed at Calcutta, Joint Finance Secretary.
Dr. Thakur.
Dr. Thakur Padmanathan, the Assistant Secretary from Delhi. Dr. Paramjit Singh Man, Assistant Secretary from rest of the country from Punjab. Okay.
CGP. CGP. And
Dr. Ramesh Babu from Andhra Pradesh, Dean of CGP. Dr. R. Anbu Rajan, Secretary CGP, Tamil Nadu. Dr. Pankaj Mutneja. Dr. Pankaj Mutneja, Chairman IMAMS from Haryana. Dr. Srirang Avikari from Telangana as the Honorary Secretary AMS. Dr. G.N. Prabhakar from Karnataka as a Director AKN Sinha. Dr. Sanjeev Ranjan Kumar Singh, Honorary Executive Secretary for AKN Sinha.
Nandini. Dr. Nandini.
Dr. Nandini from Bengal as the Honorary Editor of JIMA. Dr. Sibhavrat Banerjee, Honorary Secretary JIMA from Bengal. Dr. Kakoliri Sen Mandal from Bengal, Honorary Editor Your Health. Dr. Samrendra Kumar Basu, Bengal, Honorary Secretary of Your Health. Dr. Sudhir Singh, Banaras, Uttar Pradesh, Honorary Editor of Aapka Swasth. Dr. Ritu Garg, Honorary Secretary, Aapka Swasth, Banaras, Uttar Pradesh. Dr. A.K. Ravi Kumar, Chairman HBI from Tamil Nadu, and Dr. Dinesh Thakre from Maharashtra, Secretary HBI. Okay. Can we have the next part? This side, sir.
Your speech.
Yeah.
शरद अग्रवाल इस मामले में बड़ा
Sir की speech. Okay.
Most revered chief guest of the ceremony, Dr. Ketan Desai sir, Chief Patron, past President of Medical Association, MCI and IMA, whose persona defies all boundaries and one of the most respected personality of our country. Very versatile, immediate past President IMA, Dr. Sajanand Prasad Singh ji, other dignitaries on the dais, my dear colleagues, guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Organizing Committee of National Conference of IMA, I welcome you all to the holy city of Prayagraj. Dear friends, in the functioning of Indian Medical Association, where
अब रही बात हमारे मानद महासचिव की, अब क्या बोले इसके लिए। ये व्यक्ति को मैं आज करीब करीब 40 साल से जानता हूं। 1982 में इनका मेडिकल में जब दाखिला हुआ तब हमारी शादी हो चुकी थी, हम पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे थे, लेकिन बहुत कम समय में ये हमसे जुड़ गया। आप सब जिस अनिल नायक को जानते हो यहां उपस्थित विराजमान मंच पे हैं। हम सब ने अपने जीवन में कहीं ना कहीं कभी ना कभी ये देखा होगा कि बहुत सारे लोगों को अपने कर्मों से मिलता है, बहुत सारे लोगों को अपने भाग्य से मिलता है, लेकिन कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जिसको मैं तीसरी श्रेणी कहता हूं, इनको कृपा से मिलता है। नायक न कर्मवीर है, न वो इतना भाग्यशाली है, लेकिन ये परम कृपावान है। इसकी माता पिता की कृपा, इसकी ईश्वर की कृपा से इसने बहुत सारे अपने लक्ष्यांकों को, अपने ध्येय को जो उसने चिन्हित किए थे अपनी करियर में, उस चिन्हित किए सारे लक्ष्यांक और ध्येय पर जब चयनित होगा तो उसकी एक खुशी, उसका एक संतोष एक अलग ही होता है, जो मुझे विश्वास है इसको जरूर मिला होगा। शरद और अनिल नायक की जो जोड़ी रहेगी इस पूरे साल भर में, मैं इन दोनों को शिल्पकार कहता हूं, मानता हूं। शिल्पकार क्या करता है? एक मूर्ति बनाता है। मूर्तिकार क्या करता है? वो भी एक मूर्ति बनाता है। दोनों मूर्तियां बनाते हैं, लेकिन दोनों में अंतर है। मूर्तिकार जो है वो बाहर से अलग अलग जगह से बाहर से वेस्ट इकट्ठा करके एक मूर्ति बनाता है, प्रतिमा बनाता है। शिल्पकार जो होते हैं वो उसी पत्थर से उपस्थित प्रचंड छुपी हुई प्रतिमा को ऊपर से वेस्ट निकाल बनाता है। हमारे पेशे में बहुत सारी ऐसी प्रतिमाएं हैं कि जिसके अंदर विशेष प्रतिभाएं हैं, लेकिन वो प्रतिभा बन के बाहर नहीं आ रही है। मैं इन दोनों शिल्पकार को विनम्र निवेदन करता हूं कि ऐसे लोगों को जो की प्रतिभा को आप अपने पेशे में लाइए, अपने संगठन में लाइए और एक लोकाचार के लिए, एक जन कल्याण के लिए इनकी शक्तियों का, इनका सामर्थ्य का उपयोग करिए। मित्रों, हम सब एक व्यक्ति के रूप में जन्म लेते हैं, फिर अपने इनमें से कुछ अपने कर्मों के माध्यम से व्यक्तित्व बनते हैं। व्यक्तित्व है ना, पर्सनालिटी। और इनमें से कुछ अपने दुर्गश चारित्र के कारण विचार बन जाते हैं। जैसे राम एक विचार बन गया, कृष्ण एक विचार बन गया, परमहंस एक विचार बन गया, बौद्ध एक विचार बन गया, गांधी जी एक विचार बन गए। हमारे पेशे में देखो तो डॉक्टर बीसीरो एक विचार थे। IMA के संदर्भ में देखो तो डॉक्टर AK सिन्हा एक विचार बन गया। आज भी कुछ जब निर्णय लेते हैं, कुछ चर्चा होती है तो डॉक्टर सिन्हा का जिक्र जरूर होता है। इनके बाद दुर्भाग्यवश कोई ऐसी व्यक्तित्व आई नहीं कि जो एक विचार बन के हमारे पेशे में आई। आप दोनों को बहुत बड़ा मौका मिला है, अवसर मिला है। अगर आप अपने दुर्दर्श चरित्र को बाहर निखेर के प्रयत्न करेंगे, कोशिश करेंगे, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आप सब एक दिन जरूर विचार बन के बाहर आएंगे। और ऐसी मेरी आप सबसे शुभकामनाएं भी रहेगी। आप सबका आपने धैर्यपूर्वक शांति से मुझे सुना, सहा, इसका धन्यवाद करता हूं। और फिर से एक बार नई जो टीम है, जो शरद अग्रवाल की टीम है, इन्हें अपने दिल से मेरे इस तरफ से, आप सबके तरफ से शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। और पूर्व अध्यक्ष और पूर्व मानद महासचिव सजानंद और जयेश लीला को भी बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं। इन्होंने अपने समय में काफ़ी चुनौतियों का बड़ी सफलतापूर्वक सामना किया, परिणाम लाए। और कुछ जो शुरू किया वो किसी कारण से तार्किक निष्कर्ष पे नहीं पहुंचा, तो जो तार्किक निष्कर्ष पर नहीं पहुंचा, ये नई जोड़ी जो है उसे आगे ले जाएगी और इसका परिणाम भी हमारे फेवर में आएगा, हमारी सफलता के साथ आएगा। ऐसी मेरी ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं। इसी विचार और वाणी के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देते हुए आप सबका फिर से एक बार धन्यवाद करता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
So these are some glimpses of the memorable moment of the installation ceremony. We have taken over on 28th of December. It was a Wednesday, and today we are on 21st day since we installed. So I would like to share a few activities, few work which we have done in these last 21 days. Let me tell you that just after the installation ceremony, I went with my team to have a holy dip at Sangam, and then we did the food distribution Bhandara at Big Hanuman Temple, and 1,000 people were there, whom we. And then at headquarters, I came on the puja wala photo hai. So I came on the 31st of December, and we had a puja at IMA headquarters, and after the puja we started our working here, and then we have the press conference. These are the glimpses of press conference, and in which it was covered very well by the media. Continue. These are the glimpses. This is the coverage in. Do we have video? Press conference.
That's video we have.
So after that press conference, we had a Zoom meeting of the state president secretaries on 5th of January, where we discussed that our plan, what we want to do in a year. We had a meeting on the Youth Day, National Youth Day, with the MSN and JDN, where we set up the agenda, what we want to do for the JDN MSN. We definitely want to, we see them as our leaders, future leaders and want to have some workshop, leadership workshop for them. These are the glimpses. This is the, again, glimpses of this. We went to meet the Central TV division for the different project for the IMA. And I'm very sure that they will be bringing some project with the IMA. And there is a discussion that like TV department is doing with the Andhra Pradesh. What they have done, they have taken a one village, and that one village has been taken care by the IMA along with the TV department. So same kind of thing probably we are starting, and when you will come here on 27 in the President Secretary meet, so I am full confidence and will present something positive. Next. We met with the CEO of NABH, Dr. Atul Mohan Kochar, to organize more and more workshop and a training program for our aspirant doctor who want to become a assessor, like we did last year, and 43 participants become the assessor. So we want to extend this thing with the NABH. This is there when we met the MSN JDN, and there was a request coming from this JDN MSN that the NMC has changed the eligibility cutoff date of internship from July to March, on which IMA was very active, and we wrote to the ministry, to the health ministry, and to the examination DNB, to the NMC, and we could get the right result, which was in the favor of our students. This is the letter we wrote to the PMO regarding that there is a thought of merging the DNB with the NMC. So we opposed that, and we wrote that they should rethink that it is detrimental, because DNB is doing wonderful and producing a lot of medical experts, and so the merger should not be there. So we wrote them. This is when I came first day at headquarters and received by all the members of IMA Delhi. These are the glimpses which we had on 15 Jan. We had that Medicon at IMA West Ghaziabad. There are the glimpses. This is the on New Year of my parent branch, IMA Ghaziabad. They welcome as a national president. These are the glimpses of that. These are the different letter. We had few incidents. One is in Yavatmal. The two residents were stabbed while on duty, and we took the cognizance and we wrote the letter to the government that they should make a central law against violence, and it is our continuous pursuance. There are also few incidences in Assam and Tripura, and I had word with Dr. Bora immediately, and I requested him to abreast about Delhi minute to minute. So I will request if Bora sir is there, so if he can just in a few minutes, couple of minutes, he will tell that how it happened and what were the result.
Yeah, sir. Good evening, sir, and thank you very much, sir. And wish you all the best, and we are very delighted to see the activities you have been doing since you have taken over charge for the last 20 days. And we are still fresh with our memories of the nice hospitality in Prayagraj, especially those 2 beautiful evenings, and the blessings and interactions with so many senior leaders. Regarding this recent incidences, as per your instructions, though Tripura is a different state, we are working as a group in the Northeast under the Northeast IMA, as a Northeast IMA chapter or Northeast body. We are having Northeast conclaves also regularly. So all these 8 states, we unitedly we are working. So in that context, as per your direction, I contacted the Tripura secretary also that very day. One of the doctors, he was posted in a very remote area in a subdivisional level hospital. He was attacked around 10 o'clock in his residence in the night while he was taking his dinner. He was suddenly attacked by few hooligans who were covering their faces and assaulted him, and without any reason, without any context, he is quite blank. He didn't know what exactly happened. Since that happened in his official residence, and in his they vandalized his chamber also. So immediately they launched an FIR with the local police station. And the next day, when I came to know, I discussed with the Honorable National President, sir, and I contacted the superintendent of police of that particular area, as well as the Secretary Tripura State Branch also. And the police, the SP sir, he himself is a doctor. He told me that, assured me that the culprit should be booked within 48 hours. But till yesterday, I have come to know that no one has been arrested till now, and the case is still against some unidentified persons. Though the doctor is out of danger, he is joining his duties again. But still, till now, no one was arrested in this matter. But since the case is in Tripura, another state, I think I will request the Tripura State Branch to look into it. And I'll request the National President, sir, also to, from his good office, from the IMA headquarters, if a letter could be sent to the Home Ministry and the Tripura Director General of Police, that will be a great help. Second case in Assam, that's Kolgosia State Dispensary. That is again another rural dispensary. One doctor was assaulted by two persons, and immediately we contacted the local branch and the police, and those three miscreants were arrested immediately. So though the IMA Borpeta Road branch, all the members protested and were black badge. Since the culprits were arrested immediately, we didn't go for much wider range of protest, and the doctors and the local branch members are also happy with the action of the police. So these are the two incidences recently in the Northeast I wanted to bring into your attention, sir. Thank you very much for giving.
Another two incidents happened in Kurukshetra and Hisar. So we contacted to the local branches and the state president secretary immediately, and offer the full support of the IMA headquarters. If Dr. Soni is there, if he can just in brief, very brief, just tell the result and the incidents. Dr. Soni, please.
Good evening, sir. The two incidents, the first incident was at Kurukshetra, where a gynecologist, Dr. Vanita, who also bakes cakes, was assaulted on the pretext of ordering a cake. They entered the house, ransacked the house, and killed her in search of jewelry and cash. And the husband had actually, he jumped out and called the police, but by the time he came back, she was dead. The whole IMA was galvanized by after talking to Dr. Sharad, and they went on a strike from the same moment. Ultimately, all the culprits, 5 culprits, were arrested, and this was on inside information. The domestic help, 2 domestic helps were involved in this robbery, but ultimately we lost a doctor. The second incident was at Hisar, where Dr. Ravinder Gupta, early morning 6 o'clock, was manhandled, and they were trying to kidnap him. They had guns with them, but the police would not do anything. They were saying it is a simple case of theft and robbery, but ultimately again the IMA was galvanized after talking to Dr. Sharad, and they went on a 48-hour strike. After that, only 2 culprits were arrested that day. The third culprit was arrested yesterday. So in both cases, the culprits have been arrested, but only after the IMA got together, went for a strike. So the only take-home message that we get is we have to be united. Only when we are united, we can get results, we can get the government to move. Without unity, we cannot achieve anything. That is the only take-home message. And we're thankful to Dr. Sharad for helping us galvanizing the district units and the state branch for that. Thank you.
See, these are the incidences. Few incidences we could capture and present you, but it is happening every day and we have to unite. I would like to request our doctors member to do some kind of charity every day as our moral responsibility and ensure that the cost of healthcare is under the reach of every citizen. The IMA calendar and the day should be celebrated by all the branches in the same spirit and uniform quality. All IMA branch should focus on the number and participation in their all function and meeting as a major standard of success, because this is very important to showcase. See, we say we are 3,54,000 members, but we have to show our strength in a bigger way. Members and leaders at branch, state and headquarter level should understand that we are not politicians and IMA election should not be treated as political party election. We are in association and should elect our office bearer by consensus or unanimity. I agree that elections are important for any democratic civilization and it brings answerability, but in association, election do bring some bitterness and become a cause of division. So those who really want to serve and work in association should join hand and work without any lust or greed for the post. If we selflessly work, post will automatically come our way. So we should have patience and work silently. We should stop infighting at all costs. See, I am offering those who want to work will definitely, as I have discussed with our HSD, will incorporate the people who definitely want to work at headquarter level. As I mentioned, that MSN is our future and front runner warrior. All MSN JDN units should take advantage of the huge professional experience and contact of the members of IMA. I wish to emphasize that IMA at all level is there to help them in studies and the career guideline. MSN and JDN should maintain a high standard in their public life as an ambassador of IMA. They should also focus on increasing membership as they have a huge potential. As we all know very well, strength comes from the number. And I will request, we have given a campaign for 2 million followership, a 2 million mark. I will request every member, see, we are 3,54,000 members. If we count that 4 family member in per family, then we automatically become 14 lakhs and a huge student force with us. So if we ask our family member, our friends and even our patient to at least follow our IMA Facebook, subscribe our YouTube channel, and all the member, if we can retweet our tweet, I am promising you it will a game changer. The moment we will have 2 million followers of IMA, everybody will listen very seriously. They will listen to us, they will follow, they will act on our demands. So that is my humble request to each and everyone to please follow the IMA and ask your relatives also. We will also increase the utility of YouTube channel. I also request all the members that they can shoot their 30-second or 1-minute video on the health advice or health awareness. That video we can put on the Facebook as well as on the YouTube channel of Indian Medical Association. So that is why it become more effective and helpful to the society, and more and more people will join us. Friends, the time is very critical for us, and we have to fight for the mixopathy. We'll make a strategy. We'll do liaising with the MPs during this budget session, and simultaneously we request you also to give a memorandum, sensitize your MPs. The all draft will send to you, and they will make a plan of next 3 months. Once the President Secretary come on 27th and 28th, we are organizing President Secretary and Office Bearer meet on 27th and 28th January. So we'll discuss entire plan with you, how to do and what to do. Friends, will continue this prime talk on every first Sunday of every month, and definitely will take your advices and your suggestion also. you can mail to the HSG or you can mail to me, whatever is the suggestion. As HSG said, that if anybody want to ask few questions, so I am open.
Sir, Dr. Rajesh.
Yes, yes.
Dr. Rajesh Babu, sir, you can speak now.
Needs to unmute.
Dr. V. Rajesh Babu. चलिए।
Want to ask, they can ask. Then so friends, we are ending this session. The motto of this year is one for all and all for one. So we wanted that all the doctors should come on a same platform. There should be one profession, one voice, and we are working on that. We'll try to bringing all the association, all the doctors association who are running their different association. We want them to come on the platform of IMA. Once we are together, we will having more truth to fight against our whatever the issues we have. So with these words, I am thankful to all and I am namaskar.